Happy Sabbath and happy Saturday to each one that's listening and looking. I wasn't here on last Saturday because I was out of town. And I had a really nice trip. I mean, it was really good, and I appreciate God for safe traveling mercies, and I just thank Him for how He took me and how He brought me back. And now today, I am able to be back in your presence, in your homes, or while you're riding in your cars, wherever you may be catching this live at. I'm going to give it to you today, and this is our prescribed word for this day. It's amazing that what God gave me for today was, and then I've heard different people say it. That's what really got me this morning when He told it to me. As the day progressed, I heard the different people say just what He told me. So I'm like, you know what? Yes, Lord. This is the day. Now, He didn't go on to say that the Lord hath made and we shall rejoice and be glad in it, although we do know that. But He said, this is the day. This is the day. The day of what? This is the day of rest. This is the day to reflect. This is the day of work. And if you're not going out on a job or whatever, it's the end of the work week for a lot of us. We've had our Monday through Friday of working, and today is the day of rest. Let me tell you the difference in rest and work, because we look at the Sabbath as not doing anything. But I'm going to tell you something that is going to make that not true. If you would remember or reading the word, I think it's in John the 5th chapter. I know it's in St. John the 5th chapter, but it was dealing with the man that had that infirmity that was at the pool of Bethesda for 38 years, and how he was there, and Jesus just came to him and He just asked him. He said, do you want to be made whole? Do you want to be healed? And Jesus, of course, healed him, but that wasn't the problem. Them that were watching this, it wasn't the problem that Jesus healed the man. The problem was with them, these religious folks, was the day that Jesus did it on, and they said it was the day of the Sabbath. It was the Sabbath when He did it. So then what Jesus flipped around and He came back and He told them, He said, well, you know what? He said, my Father is working. He said, He's working always. He said, so I too. I too must work, but that's the difference. Monday through Friday, you went on your job, and you performed on your job. Today is the day that we work. It's a rest from performance on your job, but this work right here entails wherever it is you go, what you do, who you see. That's the work that you do. It's not a laborious or a tedious act that you constantly do throughout the day. But this work right here is what we do, because work is what God created us to do. It's the work of the Creator that He has given to each and every one of us to perform daily. Not our jobs, but our work. Let's talk about the day of reflection. This is a day that we reflect, and we reflect on the previous week, our week that we just came out of. And we look at life and the transactions that we made in this week. And this is the day of recuperation. See, this is the day that we recoup. This is the day that we're able to have our minds healed as well as our bodies from this week's performance and everything that we did in the week. But today is the day that we meditate. I meditate. You should meditate on the words of the daily challenge. I do a daily challenge, and one of the words in the daily challenge this past week was procrastination for me. I mean, I say for me because that's really the word that got in my spirit this week, and I had to do something. I had to do something about it. Procrastination, I mean, I know a lot of us suffer under this word. I didn't say with. I said we suffer under this word. Why? Because if we don't go back if we don't go back to the things that we tucked away, the things that we put on the shelf, the things that we put to the side, if we don't go back and re-engage, then procrastination wins. Procrastination wins. Today is the day that we have to be in position to be in his presence, to be able to hear what it is he's telling us that we have to do. And this is the day that we meditate. We meditate, why? To be rejuvenated. We meditate to be refreshed. We meditate to be revived. So today is our day that we re-up. We're going to re-up today. But it takes us being in position in his presence to be able to receive what it is he's sending, what it is he's giving, that we would be able to go forth in this new week. We'll be revived again, be pumped, be hyped, say we can do it. We'll take on whatever challenge it is that we're going to face in this upcoming week. Let me give you this. This word is not long today, but just let me give you this. Do you remember reading or do you remember what Paul said in Philippians, the 1st chapter in the 6th verse? And I love this. Oh, I love this for us all today. Paul was dealing with the body of Christ at that particular time, and he was telling them basically, as I'm telling you today, and I believe that if enough of us really get together and our minds take on this perspective as far as not only for us but for others, I believe that we will see so much things change, because we will then be the change. We will be the change. And when we become the change, things have to change. We cannot, you cannot, I cannot change and be in an environment and that environment don't change. We have the power to change and to bring about change. But what Paul was talking about in Philippians 1:6 was, Paul said that, and I think we all should adopt, Paul was talking about, he said everything, he said that he had prayed and he was praying for them all. And he said basically he was remembering them in prayer, and that they stayed in the state of being confident. Now I took that word, whenever I read that, I took that word, I said confident. I said to me, I said that mean constant. I said that mean continuing. I said that even mean me being convicted. Confident. Now listen to this. Confident doesn't mean that we're perfect. But I said, if we are constant, continuing, and convicted, it is the assurance of perfection. It assures us that we are not perfect now, but it gives us the assurance that we can reach perfection, completion. He said, being confident of this. That's where we're going to stop today. Being confident of this. See, because the this that Paul was talking about may not be your that. But your that have to become this that we're confident of. This. What is the this? Get your this today. Get your this. Come on, think of what your this is. This is your work. It is your work. It is your work. It's not your job. It is your work. Why? Because in it is your worth. In your work is your value. In your work, when you get your this, when you get being confident in this, then you have the assurance of completion. And when you get that assurance of completion, baby, procrastination don't even play a part in your life. It does not play a part in your life. Why? Being confident of this, Paul said, that he who started this good work, not this good job, but this good work, it said in you, in me. He said he will carry it on to completion. He will carry it on to completion. Not procrastination, He said completion. It's not done by ourselves. We can't do it by ourselves, because what our work is what he placed in us before we even got here. So he's the one that's faithful to bring it to completion. Know on today that God is with us. He's with us when? This is the day. He's with us today. Position yourself in today to be in his presence, that you will receive your rest, that in that rest you will meditate. While meditating in it, you will be able to be refreshed, revived, rejuvenated. It's time to re-up. I love the Sabbath because the Sabbath gives us the opportunity to re-up, to be able to be done perfect, completely, again, because only he knows what tomorrow holds and where we're going in the upcoming week. I encourage you on today. This is the day. Do not let this day pass without getting in his presence. This is the day that you build your confidence in what he has placed in you, and know that he is the one that's able to carry it to completion. This is the day. Let us get every Sabbath. On every Sabbath, let us receive every Sabbath. Let's go into every Sabbath with this mindset, that this is the day. This is the day. This is my re-day. This is the day that I'm going to rejuvenate, re-up. I'm going to re-up. I might need to do a t-shirt about that. Toya, I might need to do a t-shirt, It's my re-up day. This is the day to re-up. Take your Sabbath seriously. Take it seriously, because God has placed something in that day for all of us. And once we get in his presence and we position ourselves to be in his presence, we can receive what it is he has given us. Happy Sabbath to you on today. You see this, you like it, you share it. If it helped you, help somebody else. That's what I say. If it's a help to you, then help somebody else. Because the word say that we are helpers one to another. Bless you on today. Happy Sabbath.